Oh, right. To sync the cameras.
Great slate. And then, you want a slate over here on this camera? Yes, look at this.
Perfect. We are ready to go. Got the slow clap. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Welcome to what promises to be a fantastic episode, because I've got Rob Huebel. Rob.
Whoa.
Where people know you as Dr. Owen Maestro.
Yeah.
Children's Hospital.
Yeah, I think a lot of people know that show, maybe. I mean, that's the one I kind of lead with, I think.
Yeah.
But it depends. Like, you know, I sometimes get weirdly recognized from things I barely showed up on, like The Office.
Yeah, I saw that on your credits.
I was in The Office like 3 times, but I was getting tacos last night in Pasadena, where I live. And these like high school kids were like, "Oh my God, are you on The Office?" I was like, I was on The Office 2 or 3 times, bro. And they're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Well, I should have asked you, can we swear on this show?
Yeah, of course. That's like, I wonder if that's binge watching. Like,
I think so. Yeah. I think the pandemic had the effect of giving like some shows just a whole new audience, you know, like Suits. Remember Suits? I didn't watch Suits, but
yeah, I
think during the pandemic, people freaked out and they're like, fuck, what has 8 seasons that I can watch right now?
Yeah.
You know? Schitt's Creek. Okay.
Yeah.
You know? Schitt's Creek is really funny, but
for sure.
I don't know if Suits is.
I haven't seen Suits, but I also think that the binge watching thing where like it used to be like it was a week between watching episodes and maybe you didn't remember a character, although whatever. I mean, I remembered every character from every TV show I ever watched.
But now when you watch a show, it's like back to back.
And so it gets hammered into your head. But yeah. But you've had a long
I've had a pretty good
comedy career.
Thank you. Yeah.
Got nominated for an Emmy because you were working with Michael Moore.
That was way back. Yeah. I used to, before I did like acting stuff, I always wanted to kind of get in front of the camera, but I didn't know how to do that. And I was living in New York and I was really too scared to do like, I didn't know how to get into comedy and I was terrified of doing stand up. So I kind of like fell into comedy a little bit. Like I started taking improv classes, you know, at UCB when it first started. I was just very lucky to be like one of the first people in the door there.
Yeah.
And then around the same time though, I was like trying to figure out how to, you know, no one makes money improvising. So I was like, how can I get paid doing comedy? So I was producing for a couple of different shows. So I worked on The Daily Show and before that I worked for Michael Moore for a year, which was like pretty much my first comedy job and the first person that ever gave me a shot. Like you really just need one person to be like, I don't know this person at all, I'll give him a shot.
Yeah. So
I wrote like a packet of stuff for Michael Moore and that
was comedy stuff that you wrote?
It was comedy stuff. Yeah, it was just like ideas for segments of like, you know, funny things we could do and things that we could shine a light on politically, but in a funny way. And how, you know, because his stuff was always like, how do we go after this company or this congressman or this senator, but do it in a way that's sort of funny, you know?
Yeah.
So I wrote a bunch of ideas and sent that off. And so that was like my first real like comedy job.
Yeah. But that was he was always politically active though.
Yeah, right? He was. Time, yeah, he was.
Were you? Were you waking up sort of at that time?
I was kind of waking up to it. Yeah. Yeah. And really like I felt I had a lot of imposter syndrome on that job because it was like my first sort of TV job really that in my mind counted as like, oh, this is like a comedy job. Like before that I was a PA on some different shows and then I worked randomly on this Martha Stewart Christmas special for CBS. Like I was
was that comedy or was that just you were working?
It ended up being comedy.
I bet.
She's hilarious. So this is like my first like comedy job was working for Michael Moore on his show The Awful Truth and I was just sort of like waking up to it and figuring out like what was really going on. I just moved to New York and was just kind of like, wait a second, there's a whole other world here, you know?
Yeah. Isn't that interesting though, how comedy and politics has always had like that meeting, like that they combine, like The Daily Show, like probably one of the biggest comedy shows There is, but it's all, and even Colbert and all, Seth Meyers, all the shows, the monologue is just politics.
Well,
it's
I feel like it's really either already happened or is happening, that it's almost the only weapon we have left is making fun of these fucking idiots. Like, it's really all it is.
But is it
and they're
effective?
Coming for that too. But is it effective? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm worried.
I think it is. I don't know what you call effective, like changing votes. I don't know, maybe
or
changing
some
minds.
Or are we just laughing? Because, okay, little backstory. So I managed the Mustard Seed Cafe on Hillhurst Avenue.
I'm a fan,
in Los Feliz, and Rob was a regular. And this is, I think around 2016 when Trump first got elected, and like, you would come in and you would let me bitch, and you wanted to bitch, and you can't bitch to every customer. You can't, like I was saying to you before, you can't be like, you want to go silverware with that, and isn't Trump a piece of shit?
What are we gonna do?
You don't know how they're going to react. But with you,
I'm not going back to that.
I'd be like, here's your soup, and did you see what that piece of fucking shit said? And you would be like, yeah, I fucking did. But back then, we definitely were laughing at him. Yeah, and I don't know if we're,
and it felt safe.
It felt safe for sure. But it felt effective almost. You tune into whatever, the Daily Show, a show that you worked on, and things like that. Yeah, and it felt like we were maybe changing minds, or like, how could people watch this and not see how fucking ridiculous this piece of shit is? And now in 2024, it's like, are they bulletproof, or do they actually feed off of? I know they feed off of liberal tears.
I think that I'm not the first one to feel this way, but I think that it's the only thing that they fear is being made fun of. I do think that it hurts them, and like, it gives me endless joy and hope that anytime anyone is doing something funny to take a swipe at them and show how fucking dumb and short-sighted and whatever. I mean, like, I just think it's like one of the only things they care about is the way that they look. And so to mock them openly, I think, is critical.
Absolutely critical.
And obviously they're trying, they do too, because they're trying to shut that shit down.
That's exactly where I wanted to go with that, though, is that they are trying to shut that shit down now. I mean, Stephen Colbert, Stephen. I saw you on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert telling a hilarious story about a prank show you were on one time, and we can maybe get into that. But clearly, he's a victim. I mean, he was targeted.
I think so. I think, though, that he is more, from what I've read of that situation, I do think that was Trump claiming credit for something that he didn't have anything to do with it. He made that sound like, and same with 60 Minutes. Yeah. He made that sound like he did that, like he has the power to do that, and he doesn't. And the more people, bend the knee prematurely, I think it's really dangerous. Like, he didn't do that. I think that was all Skydance and trying to, that whole whatever her name
merger
is, Sherry Redstone, or
the Paramount Skydance merger. But I feel like the thing that made him a liability was the Trump thing, though. Like, with the universities, the shows, the 60 Minutes, and not to mention, like, if you look at Vladimir Putin and the way he runs Russia, it's mafia style. He gets a taste. Yeah. Trump, like, how does he legally get a taste of this, these mergers and these things?
Well, that is the model for sure.
He sues for money. Yeah. And then he gets his little taste. The boss gets a little taste. Do you want to do a merger? That's fine. But I get a little piece.
Yeah. Yes. I do think that. I also have read that, like, Colbert's ratings were not huge compared to, I think, the budget of the show was pretty inflated and stuff like that. So I think the writing had kind of been on the wall maybe for that. I mean, I love that show. But anyway, I just don't want to give Trump credit for that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, if he had his way, he would shut all that down. I mean, MSNBC too is now whatever, MS Now or something like,
I saw that.
NBC is spinning that off for the same reasons, I'm sure. And you're right. I mean, universities are like, fuck it, it's just cheaper to pay him. Fuck it, Although I did see that whatever Harvard, You and I have the same algorithm.
The exact same algorithm. But yeah, I mean, the fact that I saw a thing, speaking of algorithms, on NPR, because I'm an old man and a liberal, that an expert on the Nazis was saying that Trump has accomplished in 7 months what it took the Nazis 9 years to accomplish. You know? And that you do go after the universities and you go after, scientists. And I mean, that reminds me of the Khmer Rouge of, Cambodia, like going after.
And I mean, I think a lot of that he was able to do so much of that because these Republicans are just like bowing down. I mean, and why? I really do want to know. I hope I stay alive long enough. Not that I think they're trying to kill me. Don't kill me, bros.
Not yet.
Don't kill me. I mean, fuck it. Try to kill me.
You'll end up in a re-education camp soon enough, though. You might not die, but
I probably will. But I do want to stay alive just long enough to know, like, what are the threats being made to Republicans? Like, is it physical violence? Is it like, look,
well, don't you know?
We fucking will kill you. We could kill you.
Absolutely. Well, I mean,
or fuck up your life forever in so many ways. Like,
well, there's a thing called stochastic terrorism. You ever heard of that?
I was in a band, and no, I'm just kidding.
that would be a good band title. I have so many good band titles; it's ridiculous, and I can do nothing with them because I'm out of that world now. But stochastic terrorism is if you say something to a large enough group and you put the idea in their head to do something, like basically, won't somebody rid me of these terrible fake news agents or something like that? Somebody that you didn't directly communicate with will receive that message and go out and do violence in your name. And I think Trump is 100% guilty of stochastic terrorism. January 6th is an example of stochastic terrorism. And I think that there are plenty of people who are scared now. And I think that there are comedians who are scared now. I personally know a few of them that say, like, I'm not going to talk about that shit.
For sure.
And they're afraid of whatever, getting canceled, or that, somebody like Paramount or some, some brand doesn't want to, support them anymore if you trash Trump. And that's the thing that upsets me, is like people that say they're non-political comedians. It's like, you only exist because political comedians made it so you could exist. There used to be a thing called entertainment license, and Lenny Bruce fought it, took it all the way to the Supreme Court. The only reason you can talk about your favorite porn films or whatever stuff you want to talk about instead of politics is because political comedians gave you that right. They fought hard for that right. And also it's like, if you don't talk about politics, it's like, dude, why should I care about your take on some bullshit if you don't have a take on the most important things in generations?
Well, it does drive me crazy when people say, like, well, let's not get political, but like everything is political. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, everything is political. Like, do you believe that all people are equal? That's my only question for you. Do you think that all people have the same rights? If you don't, then you can fuck all the way off. Like, that's my only question to you. Like, if you're a CEO, if you're a comedian, if you're someone just on Twitter, whatever, like, that's my question. Like, what do you, it just drives me crazy when people say, like, oh, I'm not political, I don't really want to talk about that. What that really means is, like, I just don't. I mean, I think what it is, and I'm certainly guilty of this, is that sometimes you feel like, well, I don't know enough about that to talk about that. And, like, unfortunately, that doesn't always stop me. Like, I'm just like, I mean, I told you when I came on here, I was like, I'm not the best person to talk about this, but I'll try. I'll take a swing at it. But like, I don't care anymore. Like, I just feel like you have to speak up. You have to speak out. You have to start somewhere. And if it's just talking to your friends, you have to start throwing sand in the gears. Like, we all have to do little things to fuck up this system now. I mean, it's already like we're way past the time of like authoritarianism, and like,
oh, it's absolutely here.
Yeah.
And it's, you say you don't want to talk about some little minutia or something like that because you don't know, but we're talking about big picture. People are like, I don't know, dude, I don't want to talk about, like, dude, then fuck you. You don't have an opinion on anything. You don't have an opinion on this, on what's going on with Trump, with the fucking authoritarianism and Christian nationalism, and the whole 9 yards. It's, dude, then or gal.
I mean, I think that there are people that, I mean, tons of people for sure, that it's just not comfortable. Like you just feel more comfortable. I'm just going to watch the NFL. I'm just going to watch football. I don't want to think about that. I just want to turn on a sitcom. I don't want to think about anything political. Like, okay, well, because the country has been taken over by not literal Nazis. Literal Nazis. And they don't shy away from that. They will tell you that they are.
Yeah. And I can hear them out, literal Nazis. Dude, I will make the argument for you right now. Do you know this guy, Ed Miller? I talk about him all the time on the show. But so Trump appointed him to a cabinet position, and the Republican-led Senate couldn't even confirm him because he had praised this guy who praised Hitler too many times online. So Trump gave him a job where he didn't need Senate approval in the Office of Weaponization of Government.
Right.
And
which is
like being a Nazi wasn't a fucking deal breaker for this guy. Like, oh, he's a Nazi. Okay, so fine. You don't have to confirm him with the Senate. We'll move him over here. Not a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Pete Hegseth renaming bases after Confederate generals, bringing a Confederate monument back to Arlington Cemetery.
His tattoos. He's got like fucking
Crusader.
Yeah.
Like Christian. He's friends with what's this? Peter or something. Eric Prince, who had Blackwater.
Yeah.
Right. I was looking up that guy. That guy calls himself a Christian supremacist.
Yeah.
Like this is we're past teetering at this point.
Yeah. But just to double back for 1 second, I do think that like there are a lot of people that if you're not used to talking about it, you just kind of feel like, oh, I don't know the issues exactly. I don't know what's going on in Israel and Gaza. And like, I don't know, I don't want to say the wrong thing, which I do totally get, but like, it doesn't take that much to just get the basics. Like just Google around, read some fucking headlines, like pick a side. I mean,
they're loud and proud about what it is that they're into and what it is that they want, and particularly with the base. I mean, the Christian nationalist base, which drives them. I mean, have you seen this thing? I've talked about it so many times now, but where there's a movement to take away women's right to vote. Like this is a Christian nationalist thing. And Pete Hegseth retweeted a pastor who was promoting this. Like women shouldn't have the right to vote. Women are people that make people is what this pastor said. That's their job.
That's what they want. And it's going really well for them right now. Like it's going well for them, or at least it appears to be going. I think that most people, I mean, if you did the numbers, most people in the country do not want that. I do think that that's true. I do think that most people are against all of this shit. It's just been, they've taken control of the system to deliver this.
And authoritarian rule is almost always minority rule.
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein had I think 30% of the people on his side. And that's how you become so authoritarian, because you can't lead through a popular movement because it's not a popular movement. The Nazis lost the election in 1933, but just barely lost. So von Hindenburg brought them in as like a power sharing deal because they thought they could control them better, but they actually lost. They never won an election, It's always an unpopular movement that becomes that authoritarian because that's the only way to stay in power.
Yeah.
And they've been super fucking clear that they are anti-democratic. Like democracy didn't work.
I'm not sure that there's going to be, I mean, there will be elections, but I don't know that those votes are going to be counted.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know that like the votes will be counted, or they may be counted. I don't know that the results will be fed into a system. You know what I mean? Like, sure, we can all go vote. Great. And we'll all count it up. We're not going to give you what the real numbers were.
Yeah.
It's going to be funneled through a thing that Elon fucking now has his fingers on and can be like, okay, well, when it gets to this number, that's when we stop counting the Democrats' votes.
And we know this because this is what they've tried to do every election since 2016.
For sure.
I mean, we're so screwed. We had one shot, and that was on November 5th, 2024, to stop this thing from happening. And now that it has happened, we're in a tight spot, man. We're in a really tight spot.
I don't know how we get out of it. I don't know my only hope is that soon we can all I hope that it pivots. It feels like it's starting to pivot to like us against the billionaires, like just seeing this for what it is. Like, this is what Russia is doing. This is just a system of oligarchs.
Yeah.
And this guy's going to control steel manufacturing. This guy's going to control oil. This guy's going to control. So it's going to be these companies, like you saw the other day at the White House with fucking Tim Cook and Bill Gates sitting there. Everyone's sucking his dick.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. It's going to be like, okay, there's going to be these 20 whatever industries. These are going to be the captains of those industries, and it's all going to funnel through me. I'm going to get, as you said, I'm going to get a piece of all this. It's all going to pay up to the mob boss.
Right.
So we know that's what it is. So I think that our only move now, because I feel like the only pain, the only real pain that they understand is money. And so what does that mean? So then how do we, we're all living in this system of capitalism. Like, how do we affect that? Like, in my mind, I think we just have to start doing organized, targeted, and this is nothing new, just boycotts and general strikes, and being like, okay, everyone.
We've never had a general strike in this country.
But just be like, okay, this week, and I know it's really easy to say for me because, whatever, but like, I'm not a rich person, but like I don't have to go to work this week, and I won't be homeless. There are a lot of people that are like, if you miss 2 weeks of work, how are you going to fucking pay your rent at your apartment? Like, I get that.
Yeah.
But I think that we have to figure out a way where we can impose that sort of damage on the system and be like, okay, this week no one's going to work, or this week no one's buying anything from Amazon. I mean, I worked with Target and DEI, like, Target's like, fuck, oh, we fucked up with DEI. Like, we've lost like billions of dollars and value of this corporation. Like, I just think that's the only language they understand.
The oligarchs understand.
Yeah.
Trump doesn't.
He doesn't give a fuck about any of that.
And he's pulling the levers.
I'm privately banking on the black spot on his hand taking over, whatever that is. And
I think the black spot on his record, which is Jeffrey Epstein, I've said it before, but it's hard to say because it's a terrible thought, but I think Jeffrey Epstein might save America. I mean, one thing that can take him down, the Marjorie Taylor Greene.
But what does that look like exactly? I mean, like today they got whatever, the House Oversight Committee got whatever stuff they had subpoenaed. So it's like the book, the birthday book but that's like, largely redacted. There's like a lot of other stuff, but I just think it's hard to convince people. We know who's on the list. We know, we know who those people are. The women are telling us. Yeah. All of these women are telling us who the people are that raped them when they were 13. They've said that. So are we imagining a list, a computer printout that says like Donald Trump, check? I don't know that exists, there's flight logs. We've all seen those flight logs of like, yep, he was there all the time. Like we already know these people. So I don't know what else is going to. But it seems to
be the only legitimate crack in MAGA.
I agree.
Right now.
Listen, I agree. I do agree. I just don't know what the tipping point is. I think that is the biggest wedge that we have right now is to just keep hitting on that, because that is disgusting to most people,
Absolutely.
But
the thing is with Epstein that is particularly interesting is it was their thing, and that QAnon was exactly that. I mean, Pizzagate was the precursor to that, but QAnon was entirely, and I don't know how deep you've gone down the QAnon hole, but I'm
circling the drain.
But it's all about the idea of the cabal of powerful elites who
just Democrats or both.
Well, they thought just Democrats in the original, they thought Donald Trump was Q, or somebody working with Trump was Q, trying to take down this cabal of elites. Now, in their mind, and this is why I think Marjorie Taylor Greene and others are so determined to see that list because they're convinced of this, but in their mind, they torture children in order to get them to, don't laugh, extract adrenochrome.
Oh my God.
And adrenochrome is like some fountain of youth, like something or other that they then extract. It's out of the dark crystal. If you remember, the Skeksis would like extract some sort of life force out of the Gelflings that would make them young. That's what they think. Everything is a freaking movie with them, you know?
Yeah.
Red pill, blue pill, extracting adrenochrome, life force, all this stuff. These people live, like, they hate Hollywood, but their entire worldview is based on movies that they've seen.
It is so weird to every now and then, like, see something from, like, fucking, what's her name in South Carolina? Nancy Mace.
Oh, yeah.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene, and be like, yeah, they're actually right about that. Like, just detesting those people, but being like, well, if they're for the fucking Epstein thing, I'm on board with them on that issue, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know what their projection of that is. Like, what do they think?
They think that they're going to take down a cabal of adrenochrome harvesting elites that include
who are breeding kids in underground caves.
Yeah, in order to, that's what, and we know that these people can be manipulated into, talking about stochastic terrorism. That's exactly what Alex Jones did with Pizzagate. You know, he convinced them that there was a pizza parlor that had a basement, and Hillary Clinton
shot it up. Yeah.
He didn't shoot it up, but he showed up with a loaded gun, and they were like, we don't have a basement, dude. Like, he's like, through that door. They're like, that's the closet. Go through there's no basement.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hidden basement, you know.
What about an attic?
Yeah, it's but they were so sure. But that's exactly what stochastic terrorism is, you know, is you rile up. It's not so much that the Trump supporters went nuts, as in some cases the nuts just went Trump supporter. I mean, these were already people with loose screws who he brought in. I mean,
well, I do think, you know, this is a whole other podcast, but like there are just millions of really lonely people that are looking for belonging, you know, and community. Yeah. And I want to be a part of something, you know. Yeah. So I could, you know, you can see how that can be multiplied to a huge movement like that. But I just don't know what happens with the Epstein stuff. Like I just because I feel like it's already out there. So I don't know if there's a point where they go, oh, okay. Oh shit. Oh, Trump. What? I mean, you know, there's pictures of him, you know, with all these young girls, and there are women that have under oath said, like, this person raped me. Yeah. But you know, people don't believe them. Yeah. They flew fucking jets over the press conference last week.
To shut them up.
To shut them up.
And they don't care. There was I think she was 15 at the time, said that she was on Epstein's jet. They had to land in Jersey City. They were going to New York. They had to land in Jersey City because of weather or something. And that Jeffrey Epstein was like, oh, we'll just go visit my friend Donald Trump. She testified to that under oath. Another woman who said that when she was being, you know, raped basically by Jeffrey Epstein, he brought her to Mar-a-Lago and she met Donald Trump. And it's like, what 45-year-old dude brings a 15-year-old girl around? Like, why did he think it was okay to introduce a 15-year-old girl to Donald Trump? What? There's a confession right there. Yeah. If you bring a 15-year-old girl around and I say, niece, no. Is your family hosting a foreign exchange student? No. Then the next thing out of my mouth is, get the fuck out, and I'm calling the police. And that girl's like going into custody, or
I don't know if you heard that podcast with the guy. I forgot his name, but he's like the lead guy from 2 Live Crew, who was down in
Luke Skywalker, wasn't that what he used to call himself back in the day? Yeah.
But anyway, someone unearthed a podcast where he was talking about going to these parties, and he was like, the guy from 2 Live Crew was like, whoa, hold on, like how old are these poor girls? I have to get the fuck out of here. And like he left and was like,
was this an Epstein party?
Yeah. Like,
was Trump there?
Yes. Yeah. He was like he'd seen like all these people and was like, you know, big party, all these important people there. And then there were all these like young girls where the guy from 2 Live Crew was like, no way. This is not good. I'm getting out of here. Like,
wow. If you're too creepy for the dude from 2 Live Crew.
But I mean, there's so much evidence. I mean, direct testimony or quotes from these women that are like, yeah, when I was like 15, I had to like have sex with it. Like, people can describe Trump's dick, you know, like, so I don't know. I just don't know what the tipping point is for all of that stuff.
It's all we got.
Yeah.
It's all we got. And then just side note, the deaths are so freaking suspicious. That's the thing that drives me crazy is the people I know that are on the right, like, you believe every conspiracy theory but this one, the one where there's actually a there. Epstein dies in federal prison. There was another dude.
There's like a minute missing from the footage,
and his cellmate because there was a time before he actually died that he was found unconscious on the floor with like damage to his neck. And his cellmate at the time was an ex-cop, dirty cop.
Right.
That had
Like
all this stuff. But there was also this other guy. So they had these modeling agencies, Trump and Epstein, and another guy.
Julian Casablancas' dad, right?
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
John Casablancas is the
I heard the name was Casablancas, and I thought that
Strokes,
I didn't put this. I mean, I did put the Strokes thing, and I was like, that can't be right, because I thought I would have heard about it, but there is a connection.
But it's not. You know, that's bad news.
That's bad, and it has nothing to do with Julian. You do not pay, like, the sins of the fathers do not go on to the sons. This isn't the Bible, unless you're Eric and Don.
But I mean, but that footage you've seen of Trump at those, you know, telling girls to spin around and like checking out their bathing suits. It's like, why are you there?
Yeah.
Why are you there?
Yeah. But that guy went to Paris, where he was picked up by the police, and he killed himself in his cell too.
Right.
Ivana, who was best friends with
fell down the stairs.
Ghislaine.
Yeah.
She was best friends with Ghislaine. Like, they were best friends.
Yeah.
Ghislaine, a rapist, convicted of it. So I'm not even talking rumors here. And then Ivana falls down the stairs, is buried under a golf course. Yeah. Like, everybody's dying. And then Ghislaine Maxwell suddenly gets a sweetheart deal. Epstein got the sweetheart deal. I'm sorry. I'm just going nuts here because it drives me nuts. But from Acosta, Alexander Acosta, the Attorney General for the state of Florida, gives Epstein a deal where he goes to prison for like 1 day a week.
Yeah.
Like,
for
like a couple of
years.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Trump gives him a job in his administration. It seems like rewards are going out. Ghislaine, she gets to go to the minimum security. Everyone's getting a reward or dying.
I mean,
that had anything to do with this.
It sounds, that's what it is like, the problem is that it sounds so insane, and we are aware of that. We are acknowledging that it sounds insane, but it is a gigantic conspiracy to cover up an international sex trafficking operation, you know?
Absolutely.
And a bunch of Russian dudes were involved, and there's like tons of money going back and forth between, you know, all these Russian guys that lived in Trump Tower.
Yeah.
Trump also, there's like, I can't remember, like 3,000 or 4,000 wires from Trump to Epstein for like a shitload of money. I mean, it's all, I don't, you know.
There was one of the modeling things was where they said that to these girls that you're going to go meet with these exclusive modeling agents, and it was at Mar-a-Lago, and there were only 2 other people there, and it was Epstein and Trump, and they brought in all these 15-year-old girls.
The death of the one victim, Virginia,
Giuffre.
Yeah, is her. Remind me, is her death suspicious at all?
Another suicide.
Right.
Another person who had the goods, and she's the one that was working at the spot.
Did she like fall out of the window? I don't know how
she did it, but I mean, Epstein supposedly, you know, hung himself.
Right.
Which, again, you're making me sound crazy. But this is all true, that Epstein, like, his suicide is super weird because, like, he had a CPAP machine which had like wires, like proper power cables and whatnot, and yet he chose to strangle himself with a bed sheet, like, if you had these wires in there, why would you use the bed sheet? And the fact that he should have been assigned a cellmate but wasn't, that all 3 cameras were out that night, that the 2 guards fell asleep that night, even though one of them had like a spotless record, like had always done a great job, and then suddenly she's falling asleep on the job. Like, everything about it. And yet they don't see that as reason for concern. Oh, you liberal. Right. And it wasn't even us. It was you.
Yeah.
It was them. That's what cracks me up. I was just living my life hating Donald Trump. And then Pam Bondi releases a statement saying, Epstein case is closed. No further information is coming out about it. And Donald Trump's like, are you guys still asking about Epstein? And then he's tweeting, stop talking about Epstein. And then I was like,
so funny. Him telling people to stop talking about Epstein is so good. The other thing that I don't, not to cut off this line of question, but like, fine. I don't get why, I mean, I guess I do, but like why the media isn't asking these questions every single day on every mic, like on every time he's in front of a helicopter, every time he's getting on a plane, every time he's with some foreign dignitary.
Because then they don't get access. That's got to be the reason. Who cares?
Who cares about your fucking access? Like, what are you have one life. Yeah. You have one life.
And this is
to make any kind of a difference.
Yeah.
So are you just going to fucking suck the dick of this dictator, or are you going to do something to slow it down?
Yeah.
And screw it up? Like, I just don't get why everyone isn't going like, what's going on with the Epstein thing? Like,
okay, sure. Back to the Epstein thing. Right. Yeah.
Why does everyone take the bait on all of this other stuff? Like, he is going to send in the military to Chicago. Like, okay, like, fine. Like, let's.
Is that to cover up for Epstein? Is that to get us? Yeah. That should be the question.
Right. Everything should be that. Everything should be like. So this is to distract from Epstein?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Like, everything should be framed in that,
Right.
But
here in LA, we do have the real issue. I mean, we have soldiers in the streets, armed soldiers in the streets with live ammunition in their guns, unmarked or plainclothes masked men in unmarked cars disappearing people off the streets of LA. And somehow we just kind of get on with our lives. I mean, I don't know about you, but I still live my life. That should be
what's
the tipping point.
Fucking like impossible to square with your own brain. Like yesterday, I went to the mall. I went to the Glendale Galleria with my wife, and we ate Chinese food, and everyone's just shopping and we're shopping. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like what? I mean, I don't know. What else am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to light myself on fire? Like, I don't know. You do have to kind of like keep going and take breaks, or else you will just burn out. I do think that's true. But like, it's just weird. You just feel disgusting doing normal shit. It's like, why am I doing? And like, I don't know if you have kids, but like, we have like a little girl. It's like trying to pretend that everything's fine. Like just trying to fucking she was born right after right before the first Trump election. And I was just like, fuck, okay. We just won't talk about it for 4 years. She'll never know about this. And now it's back again. And so she just knows, like,
you have to life is beautiful, your children.
You really do. It's impossible. It's impossible. I will never get over it. I will never, ever get over it.
But you look at total totalitarian governments and countries, and people just live their lives.
Yeah.
You go to Iran or Saudi Arabia or Afghanistan or, even Hungary and Russia, and just people just get on with their lives, and they just, somehow they find enjoyment from friends and the movies.
I mean,
you have good meals.
You have to do that. I think it's like a survival thing. I think you do have to give yourself some grace. And I think balance it out with like, oh, I got to go fuck something. I mean, this is just a very small thing, but it made me feel really good doing it. Was in Pasadena where I live, there were a bunch of ICE guys staying at some fucking hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And, I'm on some app that like blasts it out, like where they've been spotted and where they are. And so I just went to that hotel like at 9:00 that night. My family was at it. It was over the summer. My family was away. And I was just on my own. I was like, oh, I got nothing to do tonight, bro. Yeah. I am fucking coming to your hotel, bro. It's just me and like 20 other people just banging pots and pans and drums, blowing whistles, bullhorns. Like I brought my strobing flashlight and my daughter's like bongo drum, and we're just like shining the flashlight in people's rooms, just trying to raise hell.
Yeah.
to make it so that they can't sleep and you're not welcome here and you got to get the fuck out of here. And who knows? I just want them to have a bad fucking day all the time. You know, like I just want that all the time. I want every waiter in every restaurant to be like, are you guys ICE?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone.
Every time I'm in an airport and I see guys that look like just those like kind of buff dudes, a lot of them are walking around in like camo cargo pants and like way too tight t-shirts and like the hat with the glasses, with the fucking mirrored glasses, just
the Oakleys.
Yeah, the Oakleys. I'm always like, these guys look like ICE to me. I think you just call it out. I think just be, you know, if you see them walking around your town, be like, who the fuck are you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you're here for a convention. I apologize. You know? But like I just want those guys to have diarrhea all the time. Yeah. You know, I think if you're a waiter,
the rules don't apply to them. You can body shame ICE. Like if you happen to be there and you see them arresting, you can be like, you're fat ass. What was your signing bonus? A Domino's gift certificate? What the hell, you fat ass?
They are kidnapping brown people and disappearing them. They could kidnap me. They could stop me in my car on the way out of your garage and say anything. You're being detained. My family wouldn't know where I was. They could take away my phone. They could do that to you, listener. They could do that to anyone listening to this. Like there are no rules. They're not following the rules. The courts may decide 3 months from now, like they have in all these cases, like, oh no, that's illegal. You got to return that guy from El Salvador.
And it took him forever to do it.
Yeah.
And even then,
the guy's been tortured for 4 months in a fucking prison.
And that guy, Kilmar Obrego Garcia, he proved that what the real game was, because they picked him up and then they admitted it was by accident, that they got the wrong guy. But then they couldn't admit that they made a mistake. So they said, well, he's staying there, he's a terrorist or whatever. And then the judge said, return him. And then they did the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. It's supposed to be you commit a crime and then you go look for evidence to
then there's prosecute. A trial. And
instead they went and said, go look for evidence at this. And so they created another crime that he committed, that, now it's human trafficking. Like, wait, what? You admitted that you picked up the wrong guy. Now, because he embarrassed you, because Trump's embarrassed, now you've gone out looking for a reason to arrest him. That's what totalitarian governments do. They go out looking they don't wait for you to commit the crime. They go look for the crime to charge you with, which is exactly what they did to him.
Want that. They want us to burn down the businesses here so they can say, see, look at these Democrat-run cities. Look at these liberal cities.
Got to send in the guard.
We got to send in the guard. And you know what? We're sending in the troops. And you know what else? We're not doing elections. It's martial law. I mean, that is the plan.
That's exactly
the plan.
They want you to do all those things.
Yeah.
Somebody was making the point to me not long ago with the flag burning thing. They were like, that's just trolling. They want you to burn the flag.
You to do that.
So then you go, oh yeah, I can't burn the flag. Watch this. And then they get the footage and they go, look at these liberals all burning the flag. I told you they hate America.
Right.
Everything is to try and egg us on. And more than anything, you just nailed it. What does he want more than anything? To cancel those fucking elections.
They're canceled. Like, what are we, what are we doing? We're like, is this a reality show where he's going to say whether or not we have elections? Like, they're canceled.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to.
The anti-cancel culture people are canceling culture, literally.
For sure. And let's say that we did have elections, and let's say that they counted the results. Do you think he's going to leave the White? Do you think he's going to go, oh, okay, I guess I lost.
We've already got the evidence.
Yeah, you don't build a $200 million ballroom on the White House if you're moving out.
Yeah, and you don't consolidate that much power to the executive branch if you think the other guys are going to inherit all that power. This is just a fact.
Yeah.
We fucked up so bad.
So it's fucked. So I don't know what we do. Do we move to Canada? We can't. Do we move to where can we move? What do we do?
I actually, because whatever, I'm crazy. I was like deep researching, like, how does California secede from the Union?
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. Listen, give us California, New York, Michigan, Colorado. Give us the cool states. Let's do it. Economically, let's fucking do it. Let's not pay taxes anymore.
That's the thing.
Let's not pay taxes, Gavin Newsom. He's been kind of like, I think, dancing around. I think the truth of that is that it doesn't funnel through California to the federal government. Obviously, everyone would just have to be like, fuck that. I'm not paying my federal taxes.
Right. But guess what? That's also something they want is to get rid of fucking taxes. They want, because that's a progressive tax. They want to get rid of all progressive tax. They want taxes that tax the poor, which is what sales tax and all those other taxes do. Everybody pays the same. You think the fucking billionaire, he's like, I'll pay the sales tax. I don't give a shit, man. That's fine with me. But it's those progressive taxes that go up the more you make. Those are the ones they hate.
And if we don't pay our federal taxes, all of these programs that we love get unfunded or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
If we secede from the Union, there's too many military bases. Like the most important naval bases in the United States Navy are in San Diego and San Francisco. They're not going to let us just take those without a fight. Like it's going to get. You think so? Bring it the fuck on. Like,
I mean, I don't know, man. Like I don't know what else to do.
Neither do I. I can't believe we're here though. I can't believe we're here.
Oh, I can't believe we're here.
We're talking about this.
I can't believe we're here. But I've been, you say that every day. I've been saying that since 2016. I've been saying that for 10 years. I can't believe we're here. I can't believe it. But now we're here. I know.
Now we're here. Yeah. That's when we were there.
I know. But wait till next week. We're going to wait till next week, and then the week after that, and then wait till Christmas when we're, oh my God, I can't believe we're here. We're 7 months into this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know the answer other than like massive like strikes and disobedience, and I'm all for seceding, not paying taxes. I'm all for fucking, as much sand in the gears as possible. Like they can't kill all of us. They can arrest a fuckload of us.
Yeah.
But they can't, I don't know.
I look into this and I read about it, statistically speaking, once they're in power, that's the thing about giving them power. They don't give it up.
Yeah. They're not going to give it up.
Traditionally, you give fascists power, you elect them through democracy, they cancel democracy, and they never give up power. That's the oldest playbook in the book, but that's the way they do it. And the only way you get them out is really crazy, ugly stuff. I mean, this whole, prohibition on comparing people to the Nazis. Fuck that. These are these are point by point perfect comparisons, like way better than normal. Like, these are perfect comparisons.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, even like if Trump dies, like I guess that would,
I think that would hurt them.
I think it would.
The cult.
I think it would hurt the cult.
Yeah.
And I think that there would be, I was actually just yesterday, I was in such a good mood, and I was like, why am I in such a good mood today? This feels great. Like I said, my wife and I went to the mall. Everything seemed normal. And then but somehow I started daydreaming about him being dead. I was like, oh my God, that's going to be so awesome. We're going to have so many great parties. There's going to be dancing in the streets. We
got a taste of it a couple nights ago, that Friday night when the rumor mill went crazy that Trump's dead.
Yeah.
Like I was at Vidiot's, which is a very liberal movie theater where they play old movies, and everyone there.
Best.
And we got out and I checked my phone, and I was the first sort of to see it. And I was saying to the people around me, I was like, oh, apparently Donald Trump's dead. And they were like, what? And then like people that weren't even with my group were walking by like, wait, I'm sorry, did you just say Donald Trump's dead? Like the excitement, I felt it.
It's terrible. I feel like a vulture, but like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. Like I am actively saving up my piss to slowly pour out on his grave, no matter where it is, no matter how long the line is, no matter how high the fence is that they build around it.
Bury him at sea. We'll fill the sea with piss.
We're already doing it.
I know.
We're already doing it. That will be amazing. It will hurt the cult. I think it will sort of shatter that. Obviously, J.D. Vance is more dangerous and is more in bed with the Palantir fucking weirdos
and Peter Thiel and Curtis Yarvin. This lunatic proto-monarchists or whatever the hell they are.
He doesn't know if humanity needs to survive, right? Isn't that what he said? Like he was like, I don't know. I'm not sure that's the function of humanity is just to like survive.
Oh, I mean, I always think about that. I'm like, you know who really believes in climate change? These fuckers. And this is this depopulation, like total control thing that they've got. Like they're the ones who claim that it isn't real. They're claiming it's not real because they want to watch the diasporas and the droughts and all the things that are just going to decrease the population. We're so screwed.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is a great podcast.
I was going to say, do you have a note of hope you could leave us with, Rob? Anything?
Yeah. My note of hope is that I do think that, or at least I take comfort that there are more of us than there are of them. They do have all the power right now.
Yeah.
But there are more in terms of like my day-to-day operations. I know that there are more people pound for pound that think like us, that don't want this shit. It all got fucked up and has been stolen and taken away. I don't know where it ends. I don't know where it ends. I mean, I do think that the soldiers in these going into the cities and like ICE and stuff I think it's just a matter of time before someone gets killed. I think that's going to happen soon.
Yeah, Joe Walsh said that on this very podcast. He's like, it's going to happen.
There's no way it's not going to happen.
People. Yeah,
I mean, there's no way they don't start shooting people. So that's
somebody shoots them.
I think it's only a matter of time before the American civilians get like shot or killed by those guys.
Yeah.
I think that's just a matter of time.
And then it's civilians against civilians, because then the cult comes after. Like, if these things start happening, I've already seen it where, like, we saw it with what's his face in Wisconsin, not Dylan Roof. What was the one who went out protecting shops and he ended up killing a bunch of protesters and he got off? Why is his name?
Oh, the kid that Kyle Rittenhouse?
Rittenhouse, yeah. Like Rittenhouse. There's going to be more Rittenhouses because they see, like, it's just a matter of time before they show up at an ICE protest to protect the ICE. And now we've got the untrained knuckle draggers with their guns protecting the trained knuckle draggers with their guns aimed at us. And it gets uglier and uglier. And I will remind you that I asked you for hope.
And I think our only hope is economic punishment. I think to punish companies in a targeted, systematic way. And so what does that look like? I mean, like there were, I think it was the guy that runs United Auto Workers, that when they were doing some targeted strikes, I'm going to get all the dates and facts wrong on this, but like, I just thought it was genius the way they were going up against, all of these auto plants around the country and that were pushing back against unions. And they're like, okay, great. You know what's, everybody at Toyota.
Sean Fain,
Sean Fain. Everybody at Toyota in where you guys are, you guys walk out today. Yeah. And then the next week I was like, okay, you know what? Now you just lost Ford in Indiana. You guys walk out today. So it's just targeted, systematic to where the company is like, fuck. We don't know what to do. So I think there's something there where we just have to figure out. I don't know who's leading that. I don't know who's calling the shots on that. I don't know whether that's indivisible or whether they have the authority or the bandwidth or the leadership or the desire to do stuff like that. But that is like economic punishment is the only thing I think these people understand. And I think that we have to do stuff like that as a way to protest and just fuck up the system,
Yeah. The coup has to come from inside the house, though. It's got to be the Republicans that have to want to take out Trump, which is how Nixon went down. It wasn't until the Republicans turned on Nixon that he was willing to let go of power.
Yeah, I don't know when those guys would ever come around.
I'll give you one bit of bad news with the Trump's gonna die thing. Didn't you hear Putin and Xi on the hot mic? They were talking about how to live forever through organ transplants.
Oh God.
You think Trump's talk about harvesting adrenochrome? Trump's going to be harvesting.
He did go to the hospital though on Labor Day. I know he went because there's people that were in the NICU at that hospital that all of a sudden Melania came walking through the NICU, going like looking at babies. Everyone's like, "What the fuck is Melania here for?" So he was definitely at the hospital.
Oh, he's getting a new heart. He's getting a new liver. He'll be here.
Now, what have I said on this podcast that I'm going to go to jail for? But yeah. I hope that he does not live forever through organ transplant,
or just
or any other means.
Yes,
hope he's not a vampire.
Which he might well be. He might convince me of that. I'm a pretty skeptical guy, but vampires, if there's one out there, it's Trump.
He said right now, just so you guys know, I am a vampire. I've been around for thousands of years. I'm going to be around for 1,000 more. I'd be like, yeah, that checks out.
Don't you know about the Trump said time traveler conspiracy theory?
No.
There's these books written in the 1890s called Baron Trump and the Amazing Adventures or something like that about a kid named Baron Trump who works for a guy named Don. And then Trump's uncle, who worked at MIT, literally did look at Nikola Tesla's like work for the U.S. government. And the theory is that Nikola Tesla had invented time travel. That Professor John Trump of MIT learned the secrets of time travel, and the Trump family has been traveling through time. And that this book about Baron Trump from the 1890s and Don, it was really them back then. It's Marty and Doc.
I kind of can see that. Oh my God. Right. That's like that old clip from that movie. What's that? There's like an old black and white movie where the guy's like a carnival barker and he's talking about Trump, but it's all like very specific stuff that sounds exactly like they're talking about. And the guy's name is Trump, the character in the show or the movie. Yeah. But it's,
whatever. I mean, you can also line up Wizard of Oz and Dark Side of the Moon. So,
I'm going to do right now.
Coincidences do happen. Shout out to Pink Floyd. Rob Huebel, why don't you tell people where they can find you? Maybe they want to follow you in all your
Well, I'll probably be in a prison camp once Palantir scans the transcript of this podcast for keywords. I'm half joking. The main thing I would plug is me and my buddy Paul Scheer do a YouTube show called The Dark Web. We do that every week on YouTube, so you can check us out. And it's not, this is strange, it's not political at all. We literally are just like, let's take a break and just make fun of dumb shit on the internet. Yeah. So we just look at funny clips.
I saw the dating clips episode, like from an old dating service. Where they made
1980s
dating service.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad for those people.
It's just fun to make fun of people on the internet. So that's what we do. And we actually just put a clip. It's so funny you brought up the adrenochrome thing, because we just made fun of a guy who was like explaining that whole like harvesting of adrenochrome from kids, and so we just did a bit about that. But
yeah, well, you're probably going to be hearing a lot more about adrenochrome. They're not letting that thing go.
I gotta bottle it. I want some.
Don't let Trump. That's the funny thing. Those Q lunatics, they were so against it. If Trump really was sick, they'll be begging him to take adrenochrome.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they're going to flip on the whole adrenochrome thing. Rob Huebel.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it. Hang in there, everybody.
Yeah, hang in there, everybody. Adios.